Hey guys, alright, so this is the last video that you have to listen to me for this school year, because this is the last one I'm going to make. So today we're going to talk about finding the slope of a line from the pair of points. So you're given 2 points and asked to find the slope. So how do you do that? First thing you're going to do is you need to know the formula. So it's, hold on, it would help if I was able to add notes. There we go. So it's change in y over change in x, or y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So what does all this mean? Let's look at a few examples and try and figure it out. So I have my formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. The 2's and the 1's they're important, but they're not important, and I'll explain what I mean here in a second. So here you have 2 points. So we're going to label this point 1 and this point 2. And that's where this information comes into play. So we're going to start with our y's. So our y is our second point. So we have 1. All right. So 1 minus a negative 4 over a negative 2 minus a negative 5. All right. So as you can see, I took my y value from my second point and I put it in, so it's 1, and then I subtracted and put in my y value from my first point of negative 4, so I have 1 minus a negative 4, and then I put in my x value from my second point of negative 2, and then subtracted my x value from the first point. Because you rise, so you change your y before you run or change an x. So now we're going to do the math. So when you subtract a negative number, we slash and dash, so it's actually adding. So we have 1 plus 4, which is 5, and then negative 2 plus 5, which is 3. So our slope in this case is 5/3. So now let's look at the next problem. So we have negative 5, and 5, negative 2. So again, we have our 2 points. So we're going to start with a negative 2 minus a negative 5 divided by 5 minus a negative 5. All right. So we have a negative 2 minus a negative 5. Again, slash and dash. So we have negative 2 plus 5, which gives us a positive 3 over, all right, so we have 5 minus a negative 5. Don't get confused and say that it's 0, because it's not. You have to remember to slash and dash. So it's 3/10. All right. So this time, and I'm not trying to confuse you when I do this, I'm going to make this point 2 and this point 1 to show you that you can do it either way and you'll still get the right answer as long as you set up your problem correctly. So here we're going to start with a negative 5 and we're going to subtract 5, and then we're going to go negative 5 minus 1. All right. So when we do that, okay, so we can still add. So you have a negative 5 plus a negative 5, which gives you a negative 10. And then you have a negative 5 plus a negative 1, which gives you a negative 6. All right, so we have a negative 10 over a negative 6. So our two negatives are going to cancel out, leaving us with a positive 10 over a positive 6. And we know that we can divide 10 and 6. We can divide both of those numbers by 2. So our slope is a positive 5/3. Okay, and I'm going to work it the other way to show you that you can set up your problem either way and we would still get 5/3. So if I change this to 2 and that to 1, then I get 5 minus a negative 5 over 1 minus a negative 5. And you don't have to work it twice. I'm just showing you that you can work it either way and you'll still get the same answer. So here we're going to add and we still get 10. Then you have 1 plus 5 still gives us 6. Still get the same answer. We still divide by 2 and we get 5/3. So at the end, you can use either point first and you'll still get the same answer. All right, so let's look at number 7. Number 7, I'll go back to doing it this way and do 1 and 2. So we have 5 minus 0 over 1 minus a negative 5. All right, so 5 minus 0 is going to give us 5. And 1 plus 5 gives us 6. So our slope on number 7 is 5/6. All right, last one. So point 1, point 2. I am labeling them just so you can see where I'm getting my numbers. You do not have to label them if it just confuses you. As long as you set your problems up correctly and you're getting the right answer, then we're good. So here we go again. So we have 5 minus 0 and a negative 4 minus a negative 1. So 5 minus 0, we already know that's 5. And a negative 4 plus 1 gives us a negative 3. So negative 5/3 is the answer to number 9. I'm going to post this video on Google Classroom so that you can have it to review. And if you have any questions, I'm scheduling Zoom appointments by appointment. So send me an email and we can set up an appointment and get you the help that you need. We're going to talk about slope this week, and then it's just going to be catch up and finish up any missing assignments that you have for me or for other teachers. I miss you guys and hope that we will be back together in August. Bye, guys.